You're listening to Puma Podcast.
Hi, I'm Kat Ventura, the executive producer of Teka Teka News. Every year on April 22, we celebrate Earth Day, a day for us to pause and educate ourselves on certain issues affecting our planet and reflect on ways to live more sustainably. In commemoration of Earth Day, we thought you'd be interested in listening to our series on the podcast A Better Normal, called Ang Ating Kwentong Klima. In this series, we talk about how indigenous communities in the Philippines are adapting to climate change and try to learn from them. Here's a snippet of Ang Ating Kwentong Klima Part 1, Kultura.
Welcome to Nabaoy River. Surrounded by forests and mountains, it teems with life. It's a place where children swim and play, where locals catch fish and make a living. Visitors can take in the jewel-like waters from the small resorts nearby. And if they're lucky, they might just spot the endangered Visayan warty pig, which makes its home in the watershed alongside many other species of endemic flora and fauna. Nabaoy River is named one of the 7 wonders of Malay Town in Aklan, and it's a source of potable water for many parts of the province, including Boracay. But its beauty and value belie a terrible truth, that it, too, is impacted by environmental degradation and climate change.
The flash floods, the landslides, the exposed routes, uprooted trees, flooded roads and houses, damaged riverbanks, soil erosions, and siltations. These are among the observable climate crises regularly faced by Dabaoinons.
That was Rachel Kasibsib Kahilig. A Nabaoy local, she interviewed fellow community members and observed their way of life. With the help of a team of marine biologists and environmental advocates from the Aklan Research Center for Coastal Studies, Aklan Trekkers, and Community Resiliency and Environmental Education Foundation. Here's what one of the locals said. Kumukonti ang nahuhuli naming mga isda sa ilog dahil sa madalas na pagbaha. Nawawalan kami ng hanap buhay dahil kapag bumabaha, hindi kami makapangisda dahil malabo ang tubig. Noong kasagsagan ng bagyong Urduha ay inabot ng baha itong bahay namin. Dapat nating protektahan ang ilog dahil kung hindi, wala na kaming mapagkukunan ng pagkain. Kapag wala kaming pera, pumupunta lang kami sa ilog para manghuli ng isda na pang-ulam namin. Kapag maubos ang mga isda, wala na kaming ibang mapagkukunan. And here's Richelle again, our researcher.
They believe that the changing of their landscapes and the effects on their livelihoods are brought by climate change.
And while the community is the closest to the problem, Richelle asserts that they're also the closest to the solution. There are traditional fishing methods that they normally use, like paglinte or pamana. Here, fishers wear goggles and submerge their heads in the water to look for fish and shrimp, and then they pierce them with a spear. However, due to the impacts of climate change that affect their fish catch, they're utilizing new fishing tools and methods.
For example, they have demonstrated adaptive fishing tools like sungya. They developed such sungya as fish and river catching tools during floods, which we believe are important traditional techniques that can be adopted by other local communities.
Sungya is a netted tool with a bamboo handle about 1 meter long. The fisherman drags it in the riverbank or in the shallows during the rainy season when floods come. It can trap shrimp, fish, and crabs. Traditionally, they also make their cylindrical fish traps called taun out of woven bamboo or rattan. Now, they use recyclable plastic.
They are apprehensive of sending their kids up to the mountains because of the unpredictable flash flood these days. So they have adapted it into a pet bottle. So the fish traps now, they have changed it to pet bottles.
It's amazing how the community has taken an everyday object like a plastic bottle and recycled it so their children don't have to put themselves in danger. Meanwhile, in the summer, when the river level is low, they practice pangatas, where they divert the flow of water with the use of rocks and banana leaves into where small fish traps made of bamboo are installed.
You can catch the rest of this episode from A Better Normal on your favorite podcast app. The link to Ang Ating Kwentong Klima, Part 1, is in the description of this podcast. This series was supported by the Oscar M. Lopez Center for Climate Change Adaptation in partnership with Asia Society Philippines. Again, I'm Kat Ventura. This episode was edited by Carl Sayat. For more explainers on issues that matter, follow Teka Teka News and The Better Normal on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Maraming salamat po.